Alright, so I'm going to avoid all these Heartless here. Now I remember seeing this for the first time on my first playthrough and going, what in the world? There's this door here? And you think you can go through it, but then it won't let you. And I for the longest time, I thought this was where you're supposed to go. But instead, Sora's like, oh, we got to find Riku first. And you can see him fine in the distance there, right? But for the longest time, and again, it might have been because it was the original game, so it wasn't HD or anything, but I had the hardest time finding out where Riku was. So I remember just wandering around and being stuck in this segment.
I kind of get what you're saying, because when I was playing this the first time, I remember seeing this yellow blob in the corner somewhere, and I'm like, okay, what's up with you?
Kyrie's coming with us.
But when I first saw him, I thought it was going to be one of those, like, just talk to him for, like, one small cutscene kind of thing, and just don't talk to him again.
I don't know, man. The world is kind of ending here. I knew that we were supposed to find Riku. It was just a matter of finding him. And Sora is, of course, very concerned for obvious reasons. Riku is Riku's acting a little strange here. You know, he's not fazed by the fact that these dark strings are pulling him in or anything.
He's like,
you know?
I'm going to Hot Topic. You want to join?
Oh gosh. And
Sora's like, I want to join Riku. I want to go to Hot Topic with you, but I just can't go. And he's like, well, no mascara for you.
No!
No! I have to go to Oshkosh. Or whatever that thing's called.
Oh man, here we go. Hey Sora, I wonder what that weapon's called.
Keyblade.
Keyblade. Alright, so now that you got the Keyblade, you can of course attack the Heartless. It's way more powerful than your sword earlier, because you can just kill them all in 2 hits as opposed to 3. So it's very nice. And the Heartless don't really do much damage. I mean, let's be real here.
You wanted sword 3 hits, giant metal Keyblade 2 hits. It's a big upgrade.
Well, see, it's a magic metal blade, so come on.
Reduces the hits to 2.
It's pretty great.
You know what scares me a lot about the Kingdom Key is, like, you hit people and stars come out. Literally, you're hitting people with this giant metal rod, and it just knocks them out because stars are coming out. I'm like, oh.
Yep. But it's okay, because for the most part, we're going to be focusing on these black creatures here, and it doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah,
it's
you know,
heartless.
Black creatures don't matter.
That's not where I was going. At all.
They also have no hearts.
Good grief, Ryan. You're going to get, like, everyone to report this video.
I'm talking about the heartless.
Oh, I know you are, but you know, they're yeah. You know, people might come up with some alternate allegories. Don't know why.
No, they always will.
We'll go ahead and go through the door finally. We'll just kind of walk through.
It's like strolling in like a pimp.
Yeah, he's like,
He's like, open the ivory gates. I'm coming in. What?
Oh, this scene freaked me out as a kid.
Sora.
Oh boy! I hope my Keyblade doesn't create a ruckus.
Alright, it's time for round 2. Now, you know, since I mentioned before, you know, my first time playing this as a kid, I died to the first phase of Darkseid. Now, this is the second phase, so, needless to say, I died quite a few times here, and, in the original version of Kingdom Hearts 1, you did not have the ability to skip cutscenes, and so, when you died in a boss fight, there was a cutscene that played right before it, you had to replay it over and over and over again. So I remember having to rewatch that same scene of Kyrie, dazed like a zombie, at least a good 5 or 6 times or something before I finally realized how to beat him.
You gonna go for the head again?
Yeah, we're gonna go for the head. That's how you get the most experience, man.
Maybe you should get on its back.
No.
The Hydra's back.
See, the back is probably the most ineffective.
I need Danny
thing you can
DeVito
do
to
here.
talk to me.
Oh, don't worry, that'll be in the next game.
We got ready for the games.
See, and
that's it.
Yeah, that was it.
Sheesh, I remember that taking way longer when I was playing it. Maybe because I sucked at it.
Well, I'm telling you, man, taking out the head like does a lot. It gives you a lot more experience, and it deals a lot more damage to take the head. So it really is the #1 strategy. And here we go. We have Sora pulled away. And I remember winning this for the first time, and I thought, did I do it wrong somehow?
He died again. Just never-ending dying.
I know. I was thinking that Sora was gonna wake him, and he was gonna be in a dream, which I guess it kind of seems like that at first. I like this little correlation here, where it immediately cuts to or not correlation, connection, where it immediately connects to Donald and Goofy looking at the sky, and they see Destiny Islands just get destroyed. It's a nice little touch there, and there's the logo for a world.
My favorite intro music, my favorite town music is popping up. Oh, I love Traverse Town music.
So there they are. They're going on their mission. Wow, Donald, that's pretty rude.
Goofy, me and Goofy are very similar, and you're a lot like Donald.
Oh, really?
I think it's... No, Ryan, you know what you're talking about. Shut up.
Well, that's not too far from the truth. But anyway.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so Sora gets woken up by a dog right there. You know, he's just happy to see him.
Pluto!
Yeah.
You know what I've never understood about Pluto, or really just... Every time I got about Pluto was like, you know, Goofy's a dog. He can talk and he walks and he actually has jobs, yet Pluto doesn't.
They're a different race of dog, man, you know? Some dogs are smarter than others.
Some go to school, some drop out. The point is...
Oh, gosh. Yeah, and Pluto is kind of a mystery here because he never really returns back to Donald and Goofy. He just kind of up and disappears.
But then you find out that, well, you know, through the magic of bajillion Kingdom Hearts cutscenes, you find out what happens, but whatever, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, Sora realizes that he's in a completely new world, and he's like, oh my gosh. Giving Ryan the controller this time.
Yeah, if you remember anything from last time I played a game, it didn't go over that well.
Yeah, but it was Sonic, though.
I'm good at this. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. Oh, this is a nice, comfy, cozy place. You know, we got Sid from Final Fantasy VII, who mostly remains fairly untouched compared to his original.
How do you know it's Sid from Final Fantasy VII? He might be Sid from every other Final Fantasy game.
Oh, this is definitely Final Fantasy VII. I mean, it's...
I thought he was Sid from Final Fantasy X because I had never played 7 at this point.
Except that he looks nothing like Sid from Final Fantasy X. I mean, for one, he has hair. He has hair, for one.
Yes, his name's Sid.
Yeah.
This is like, oh, this is Sid? Alright, he has that Kingdom Hearts flair. I didn't know he was the exact reference to Kingdom Hearts 7. Final Fantasy 7.
See, and from my point of view, again, as a kid, because I didn't really know what Final Fantasy was, I just thought he was an original character. Like, I thought that everyone that wasn't Disney was just their own original character made for the game. So we got that. Get that treasure chest, though.
Oh yeah, I gotta break in his...
No, the treasure chest is right up there.
Aha!
Yep.
What
are you doing?
I got this.
All right. Yeah, Milthil Shroud. All right. You're gonna exit there, you know.
Now you gotta realize how negligent, you know, Donald is as a caretaker, because you realize that Huey, Dewey, and Louie set up shop, and they have to take care of themselves.
Listen here, you know, I'm gonna blame the parents more than anything else, you know, because who even are Huey, Dewey, and Louie's parents? I mean, the new DuckTales show is addressing that question, but never before has that really been a concern or anything.
It's never a concern. I always assumed for the longest time Donald was the dad, but then I find out no.
Nephews, you know, Uncle Donald, you know. That's
I thought it was just like a title.
Now, I remember this cutscene very clearly as a kid. Again. This man.
How could you be so heartless, heartless?
This is like a freaking like Disney game, and it's like this man, like Sora just walks out, this man just dies right in front of him.
He didn't die, he became a heartless.
Oh, same thing. But no, it's like, oh, it was, I remember like, Traverse Town freaking creeped me out because, well, this entire section of Kingdom Hearts just felt really dark to me, especially as a kid, just because you're seeing worlds get destroyed left and right. People are dying. You literally see, like, that's one of the few times in a Kingdom Hearts game where you actually see real casualties to the Heartless. And so they do a really good job of establishing them as a real threat, and just establishing the stakes of the game. I think it really does that way better than any other Kingdom Hearts game afterwards, and I think that's why it resonates with a lot of people, probably more so than other Kingdom Hearts games might.
I'm just trying to remember what to do next. I think you gotta like go.
Well, you gotta get that treasure chest, man. You gotta turn around.
The one over there?
No, turn around. It's you keep missing it, man. It's right up there.
I don't see it. No,
I hope you're kidding, man. No. Yeah, you
gotta-
gotta jump on there. Yeah.
No, naughty.
Not quite. You know.
Here. And then,
Okay. Good job. There you go. You gotta get that chest.
Oh, the
You gotta get a
postcards.
postcard. Yep. So one of the little mechanics in Traverse Town is you get these little postcards that you can send to the mailbox, and in return the mailbox will give you different items. Now this is kind of cool here. If you keep this actually ticked me off when I first played this. You would travel the different areas of Traverse Town, and Donald and Goofy will just like immediately be right there.
Yeah, I know.
Looking for you.
No, when I first played this, I knew that I needed to find them, right? So the moment I went into the hotel and they would come in the door, I would immediately leave thinking, oh, they're going to be right there. And they weren't.
Yeah.
It was just like, what is this?
And to be fair, they're not really looking for you specifically. They're looking for Squall, or Leon as he's called here, but
I am the master. I am the key wielder. I am He-Man. I mean Sora. Oh, see what I mean?
Yep, but just right there. I know.
Leon.
Now this Gizmo shot, I love it and hate it at the same time. I think and a lot of it has to do with the fact that with the camera on this game, it really doesn't work well with it. It feels like whenever they dump a bunch of Heartless on you, like doing combat here in these tight corners, and then the camera kind of works against you.
I know. I feel about Kingdom Hearts. Final Fantasy 15.
I still disagree, but
One day
camera's not nearly as bad in 15, but in general, I'm just talking. Kingdom Hearts 1's camera isn't that bad, at least in the HD remaster, because at least you can use the right analog stick. This time, originally you couldn't even do that. You had to use the right and left triggers to move the camera, and that was really odd. So a lot of this section here is mostly just biding time, and players who might play this for the first time won't even realize that. But all you're really doing is just kind of hanging around until you go back to the accessory shop and talk to Sid.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, did you completely forget that, Ryan? Yeah, so I thought that Ryan was just demonstrating, but no, apparently he forgot that. Yeah, so yeah, and so you see the Heartless have even entered this area. But no, so the whole point of that section, I mean, if you want, you can just fight a bunch of Heartless and kind of grind a little bit, which will be helpful because you are going to be coming across some pretty difficult fights in the near future. But literally the whole point is that you're never going to find Donald and Goofy, you're never going to find Riku and Kairi. But the whole idea is just to, like, literally, if you wanted to, you could just enter the second district and then immediately walk back into the accessory shop, and you've made enough progress.
They'll come at you out of nowhere.
Who are you?
Like me.
But why? Why would it choose a kid like you?
I'm cool. I have a gun blade and wear 3 belts. Actually, scratch that. I have belts on my... I have... Let's see. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 on his arm. 5? Oh, wait. Can I... I want to try to beat him.
Have you never beaten him before?
I have beaten him once.
But to say, like, he's not that hard. I mean, the 5-year-old me thought he was hard, but I mean, once you really know how to beat him, a lot of it's just playing defensively, and a big hint that you got to understand also and this is when fighting bosses in general in Kingdom Hearts, when fighting bosses in general in Kingdom Hearts, if you ever see a boss, like if you're hitting a boss and they're not flinching, get out of the way, because that means that they're about to attack you. If they flinch, you're usually safe. Ryan, you suck.
What? It progresses the story.
Hey, you found nice
Yeah, you know, and you make yourself look terrible. Now, regardless in the end, Sora gets knocked out. But at least on one end, you tire out Leon. You know, Ryan couldn't accomplish that, as we can see. Listen, Ryan, I'm doing it so that way the YouTube commenters don't have to. All right. Because you know they're about to do it, might as well throw it anyway. You know what I mean?
you're just throwing gasoline on a fire.
Now here, this is one of the additional cutscenes they added for Final Mix.
I know. I'm like, I don't remember this.
Yeah, so we got Riku waking up at Hollow Bastion, and because it was made in Final Mix, they never recorded any English dialogue here, so it's just going to be subtitles, as you can see here. And so this is essentially what happens to Riku right after he wakes up from the island. It's kind of a neat little scene. I personally kind of think it's better without it, mostly because I liked my original playthrough of how there was this mystery behind what was going on with Riku and Kairi. And you don't find Riku until a good chunk of the way into the story. And when you do find him, it's like really mysterious. Like you kind of wonder what happened with Riku. And it doesn't necessarily spoil that, but I kind of like the idea of not seeing Riku for a long time and then until later.
Excuse me. Did the king say?
Skyler, I see dead people.
Oh, dang. Now, thankfully, this Aerith was voiced by a much better voice actress than the one that did it in Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 1, I believe it's the same voice actress that did Kim Possible, actually, if I'm remembering correctly. I believe so. I forget the actress's name. But I think I remember going on an IMDb trip and going, oh, that's interesting. They're both the same people.
I'm so glad that
I
you're
think,
okay, Tyler.
I know this is kind of sidetracking, but like, what's her, the main mom in Meet the Robinsons? She's voiced by Shigo.